I'm going to dedicate my college career to becoming the best quarterback in Georgia football history. I'm looking to complete these 5 goals before my college career is over. 3 of them being Georgia school records, but the other 2 get a Heisman Trophy and the most important, win a national championship. But let me introduce myself real quick. A 6'4" lefty quarterback with hands so small he got to wear gloves to get a good grip on the football. Reggie Hudson out of Winston-Salem, North Carolina. I got pretty much a standard story. Grew up in a 2-parent household, decent neighborhood, always stayed out of trouble. My focus since 5 years old has been football. But then you throw in the whole underdog factor, the chip on my shoulder. 6'4", but I got the tiny hands. I don't have the weight. I'm only about 170 soaking wet. And then with all the talks as I go into my college decision, hearing everybody saying I'm gonna go to the ACC, maybe go to the Mountain West or Group of 5 or just a lower tier conference. Some may even say I'm trying to hide and duck off from the physicality from big boy football. And I don't like that whatsoever. That ain't me. That ain't never been me. And it's funny, I've always taken a liking to SEC football, more specifically the Georgia Bulldogs. And when that offer letter came through, I wasted 0 time verbally committing to the school. Once I arrived to Georgia, picking the number 3 suited me a little too well. I was also the number 3 quarterback on the depth chart. Now as a freshman, I didn't expect to touch the field whatsoever, but I knew I was miles better than everybody else in that room. But now that I'm here kicking off my freshman season, I kind of know I won't touch the field. Number 1, I still have to prove myself. Number 2, I am QB3, even though I'm way but miles better than the QB2 on the depth chart. And above all else, Carson Beck is still here. He has seniority and he's been balling over the last couple of seasons. So I guess right now, honestly, the only thing I can do is put my head down and just work, seize every opportunity put before me. And I mean this in the most humble way possible. I feel as though I'm far better than any quarterback on this team at this moment. And I know this nearly for a fact. There's going to be some changes to that depth chart before it's all said and done by the end of this season, I guarantee it. And I sat back, putting in the work, waiting for my opportunity as week by week go by and we dominate and play some of the best teams in the country. And just like I thought, exactly what I said, that hard work was going to pay off a lot quicker than most people expected. I mentioned it before, the playoffs. You got to prepare, you got to have your depth chart in order, you got to make sure you have everyone where they need to be. And I guess having me at the QB2 spot is exactly where my coaches want me. When my opportunity came for me to challenge for that position, I wasted no time letting them know not only should I be the backup for this team, I could potentially be the starter if Carson Beck goes down. I'm never the one to prey on the downfall of anybody, hope for injury, none of that. That's not in my character whatsoever. But if that time does come, I'm gonna be ready. Put my arm talent, decision making, and ability to read defenses on display, dominated the practice, took over. QB2 was sealed. I'm that guy. To make a long story short, I remained QB2, didn't see the field, and Carson Beck led us to a national championship, which we lost to Oregon by 19 points. But does it make me a bad guy if I told you I really didn't care about none of that because it's my time to shine? Sophomore season is here and I am the starting quarterback. Get my first collegiate start, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't nervous, man. Trying to get off to a good one at that. Reading things out, gonna dip this out to my receiver. He's gonna take off, pick up the first. That's what we need to get things kicked off. And with us having a solid run game this season, really looking for my RB1 and 2 to be a 1-2 punch to set us up for the pass and the play action. Got a little read option, gonna try to read this one out as best as I possibly can to make sure I make the right decision. Gonna keep the ball on this one, get around that end, take off with it. And I got a huge step on the defense, falling just short of the first down. Delp coming in motion, gotta read things out. A massive route combination over the top, up front up here. Gotta drop this one down, make the catch, pick up 5 yards. Last season, I see 1 high safety in the middle of the field is probably gonna be vacant with just 1 linebacker, so I'm gonna go through my progressions with that in mind. I see my look. I wanna take that shot. It's a deep shot. In stride, touchdown, my first of my collegiate career. That's what I'm talking about. Been incorporating a lot of motion into our offense, which I don't mind, causes a lot of confusion for the defense, but I see 2 high safeties. I'm assuming they're in like a cover 2 man, maybe a zone. I see him coming across the field. That linebacker sat a beautiful ball on a string. Delp and Ruford going out short. 2 linebackers dropping kind of low. Bang, easy money, easy money. Get the first down, baby. 3rd down situation looking like they're gonna stack the box a bit, go with a shorter route concept. Check us out of that. We need something quick. Looking like they're going to make some adjustments. And the linebackers actually do drop. We're going to get my boy upfield, make the catch. And he's going to do all the work. That's exactly what this offense is made of. Defense holding it down, red zone situation. I want to hit my big body receiver Bell over the top. But if that safety drops, then we're going to look for Delp down here below, maybe my RB1. And there we go, we have it. Beautiful ball, great catch, and he dropped that somehow. 3rd and 10, would love to leave out of here with a touchdown on this one. I'm gonna roll out to my right, take off, and they're completely oblivious to what's going on, getting out of bounds, picking up the first. And with my RB1 walking into the end zone, a 16-point lead, soon to be 17. With this look that the defense giving me, I really want to hit Humphries over the top if he can get that step. If not, we're definitely gonna hit Delp or maybe Bond here underneath. I don't like it. Of course, my dog is wide. He always gets the most separation possible on those routes. Little RPO action. Got my guy coming in motion. He's going to actually swing back out. Listen to my receiver. He's wide open. The blocking on the outside is fantastic. He picks up a first down. All of my guys are going short. We're going to see if we can pick something up here. 2 DBs over on my guy. On my receiver one, but I'm going to hit my running back, try to get him upfield, flatten that route out. He bullied his way forward. And we can easily run the ball, but trying to put some more points on the board to secure a solid drive. We're going to drop back here in the gun. I see my guy. He's right here. The linebacker was playing it perfectly, but he gets out of position, and we pick up a late game touchdown. Some may say I'm the future of Georgia football. Others may call me a game manager, but all that matters is we walk out of here week 1 with a big W. We went on to get a 10-point win over Arkansas State at the crib. I threw for 360, 3 tubs, didn't do too much on the ground, but overall I balled out and put up good numbers. Got them black jerseys on, you know what time it is. Playing big time Texas, you know what it is, bro. SEC play, we're ranked number 40, number 15. We're looking to make something happen here early. Dropping back in your own end zone is never ideal, but I'm paying attention to these safeties, whether they drop or they don't, and they do. I'm actually going to take off and see if I can pick up some yards, but I do have my open guy. He's taking off, and that's Bond picking up the first down and some. Back in the gun, I don't have much time down here. I got my boy Delp underneath. He's making this catch, a good block on the outside. He fell short of the first down. Read option, I want to keep this one myself and make some plays with my legs, and I get around the edge. He should have held that block a little bit longer. I would have been able to pick up more yards. This Texas defense is well equipped, but I believe we can put together our most complete drive thus far. Going to throw this one, try to get my boy upfield. He retreats for some odd reason. I'm gonna be looking for Bell or depth on this one, and Bell is wide. That corner played that way too high. We pick up some yards. Still a scoreless game so far. Second half is here, and bro, we're struggling bad. Nobody's getting open for the most part, and I think it's just time for me to use my legs, and that's not even gonna be a valid option, having to throw this ball away. Making some adjustments based on what I see. Definitely gonna go to Humphreys on this one. He's gonna get free. He's gonna get the beat on that corner, and we pick up a first. A deep cross from Bell may be the look, and I may have Bond here on this curl or this comeback towards the sideline. We're going to see how it all plays out, see where this safety ends up landing. And we definitely do have that throw to my guy in stride, picking up a huge first, moving the chains. I assume these linebackers are going to drop, but eventually one of these slants are going to get open across the field, and that's what I'm hoping for, and that's exactly what happens. First down catch, and my boy Humphreys picking up a first down. A minute 19, we have to score, get the field goal for the win, and I have no timeouts to work with, trying to work my way out towards the outside of the field, and it's overthrown, a terrible ball for me. Third down, we desperately need to pick up the first. Gonna be looking for my dog to come across the middle, and he does, but we're gonna have to drop this one off a little bit short, and Delp is gonna pick up some type of yardage. And with one high safety, a shot has to be taken. I see my boy. I see 2 of my guys actually. Nothing's there. Gonna try to fight through the contact, and I get hit, go down. This game is over. Didn't turn the ball over, did a great job protecting it for the most part, but just could not make the big play happen. And when we needed it the most, we couldn't convert at all. Failed to escape and get anything done on my legs last week. This week against Ole Miss, looking to do some of that, but I'm struggling out the gate. Little RPO action, got my guy coming to motion. The entire defense just shifted. Gonna keep it on here. Drop that off to my boy Delp. He's going to take off up the field, pick up some decent yards. Trying to get something rolling, looking for the quick route underneath. Got my RB1 going in motion. I could hit him in the flat right there, which I should. I should have hit him a lot earlier, but he can turn upfield and make something happen possibly. Trying to attack this one high safety look. And great route running from one of my top receivers, who's going to take his way all the way with inside the 5. Play action here on 3rd and goal. Want to hand it off, but they got the front side loaded with everything and everyone. Going to take off and pick up my first rushing touchdown of the season, of my collegiate career. 2 minutes left in the first half. Looking to take a shot to try to get down the field and put more points on the board. Nothing is there. Everything's sewn up. Got to throw this ball away, make the smart play. Looking for Delp quickly underneath here. If he's not there, then I definitely got my RB1. Going to check it down to him immediately, pick up some decent yardage, make a play with his feet, and he's going to try to stop the clock. I'm looking to take a deep shot. 23 seconds left, 2 timeouts, and I see what I want. Actually going to check it down here underneath to my guy. He picks up a first and he stops the clock. Bail or depth on these corner routes is going to be my go-to. Yep, I seen the safety come down the corner bit way too hard. First down. Corner route from Bail is my go-to. If we can get it, this will be a touchdown, and he absolutely kills that DB. 2 feet in. That's a toe tap for the touchdown. Got my eyes on Bell over here on the left side, see what this corner does, and I can drop this down to him. He can easily pick up the first, anticipating that route, the throw, everything worked out to perfection. He's taking off, putting us with inside the 20. At this point, a multitude of routes that can be possibly open. My boy has a step on that DB. I don't know how he made that catch through traffic, caught the DB by surprise. Looking for Delp in the back of the end zone, depending on how things play out. They make an adjustment. He has a man on him. And that's exactly what I'm throwing, because everybody is completely oblivious to one of the best receivers in the country being wide open. Looking short towards Depp's way. And he does, bro. He always finds a way to get open. He's like my safety net. And picking up that fresh set of downs is going to set us up to put this game away with a few runs and walk out of here with a huge W. A huge bounce back win for me and the fellas after performing horribly against Texas, but we come here against Ole Miss at the crib and handle business. We followed up that conference win with another against Kentucky. Following up with a blowout win, almost 60 points scored on Auburn. And I have a career day, 385 through the air with 7 tubs. Come on now, going crazy. We sit at number 5 ranked in the SEC. The top 3 are all still undefeated within conference play. And while we sit at 5 in the conference, also right now 5 in the country. And taking a pick of my stats for the season so far, nearly 1,500 yards thrown, 110 of 164, 17 tutties, no picks. This week we got a big game against a Tennessee team with a lot to prove. Hostile territory, and I've been in the pocket so heavy I want to put my legs to use, something I haven't done all season thus far, and it's not working out here play 1. Stadium is rocking, and we got to find a way to make something happen. Defense is making some crazy adjustments already here. We're trying to figure something out. We don't have nowhere to go with this football. Throwing in the coverage, and I throw my first pick of the season. Linebackers are shifting more to their left, looking to throw this ball across the middle. He's going to get over, and of course my safety net is wide open, but I miss him. Might have a deep shot if the safety plays low, which he does not, but we do have a deep one over the middle. That's Hump. He's going up the field looking like he's gonna score. We just picked up a crazy touchdown. Let's go. Looking for my boy Rob to have a quick catch and go, but instead gonna hit Hump out here. He's gonna pick up just short of the first. Middle of the field, it seemed like it's gonna be vacant, so I'm definitely gonna look for my dog wide open here, and we have no chance to get rid of this ball. Looking for Bella Humph on this play to pick up some chunk yardage, 2nd and 10. And Humph is going to run a great route up the field, trying to throw him open to beat this DB, and it's just batted down. Option route from Bell. Humph going on a quick out. He's not there whatsoever, but we're going to go with the RPO. Hand this off to the running back. He picks up the first down. Linebackers are blitzing. They actually drop back into coverage. Anything across the middle would have been valid, but I can't even get the ball off in time. The coverages they're throwing at me is really confusing me. I don't even know who to look for on a lot of these plays, and just throwing this one in the coverage. I don't know how he came with the catch, but Humph in the clutch. Sign of desperation, going with all goals. Going to use my arm talent to the best of my ability, and of course look who's open, and that's not open. I'm actually throwing the pick, my 2nd of the season. He couldn't make that play. That was just a bad throw in the cover. Looking for Bond to my right to run this route and sit down, especially with that safety dropping off high. This might be his play, and it is. He picks up the first. We're starting to get a bit of momentum. 4th quarter, and to save us some embarrassment, we have to score, put some type of points on the board. So whatever they give me, whatever the defense just hands on the silver platter, I have to take it. I have no choice. Looking for my go-to guy to get open, which he does. The linebacker plays it, but he does pick up some decent yardage. Hopefully Delp can flare out the line and get open. If not, we're going to take off, and that's exactly what we're going to do. Everybody's focusing on these receivers. Walk in, easy touchdown. I wouldn't call it a comeback, but an opportunity to put this game in much more of a reach, and that guy's firing off the end, gonna try and take off and make something happen with my legs. I actually got a block out here, getting upfield, picking up a first down and some. A deep shot is definitely necessary. I got my boy up the field. Can he come back to this ball and make the catch? He cannot, and that's picked off. This game is over in the books. We flat out got outplayed throughout the entirety of the first half. And comparing the numbers, I got completely outdueled by a quarterback at home who was definitely showing why he's the better young QB at the moment. After such a poor performance like that, I had to get back in the lab with my guys. Make sure I don't lose my team. And we got to play a huge rival in Jacksonville this week, the annual Florida-Georgia game. I'm not only looking to bounce back, but to dominate this week. Got to go through my progressions, take what they give me, but taking the top off here is definitely the option when the safety's just sitting there and you're letting one of the better receivers in the country have a wide open take like that. We're going to eat that up every time. Making the smart play is always the first thing in my mind, but also making the big play is going to be there, and I completely missed a wide open Delp up the sideline. Looking for Humphreys here. If he's not open like I expect him to be, definitely going to put this ball elsewhere, but he has a step on the DB in stride. That's a catch. He curls it up field, touchdown. Man, that dog, boy, he's a dog. That boy is a beast. If I don't have neither one of these deep shots, always willing to take it short, but I'm going to take off here. The blocking up front is sensational. One of the very few big runs I've had so far this season, put my body on the line. They make an adjustment on the back end, but we're looking to take the shot, and we have it, but I'm getting hit as I throw the ball. Looking for depth to come across the middle. The linebacker's trailing, but I also have my boy in stride. He makes an insane catch. They might want to go ahead and hand Humphrey the Bolitnikov, bro. He's balling out of control once again, wide open. Let's see if we can turn this upfield and make something happen. So far, my offense has been just lights out. Of course, Delp is wide open, and my receivers are doing the thing right now. A blowout on the table in the first half is insane. I want to throw this ball deep, know when to throw it to. I got to make the smart play and get that out of bounds. But this game is far from over. Looking to make way more big plays as this thing goes on. The DB makes a huge mistake. I don't know what that safety's doing, but you better get back because, bro, there he goes again, picking up a huge chunk of yards. Few routes coming across the middle. That's exactly where I want to get rid of this ball, but take your check downs like we worked on all week in practice. Pick up whatever you can get. I won't bind over the top. Safety is going to drop towards the middle of the field, but we may have a look here that I like. Going to actually take off. I have so much free real estate. Going to try and slide. I dove forward, picking up the first. At this point, it's all about putting the game away. We're still throwing the ball. Yeah, we're still going to do that. We're going to do it at a high and elite level. But putting the ball on the ground, killing as much clock as possible is also a part of the agenda. We took care of Florida, spanked them boys, then followed up another dub in the SEC against Mississippi State. But if everything wasn't already exciting with all this SEC play, we got Bama this week. Bama opens up with 3 points. We got to come out here with some kind of heat, moving the ball, take the quick check down, boom, picking up some yards. The secondary like this, I'm not looking to take too many deep shots early, so I'm going to take whatever they give me underneath and make it happen. And of course, my running back flaring at the backfield wide open, first down. But I also don't want to get too antsy in the paint. I want to stand tall, step up, make the throws, and do everything I can to just be the most solid, pure QB for my team right now. I got my eyes on this safety to my top left, looking for Bell in this corner right. If that's not there, we're definitely going to go underneath. You got Delp, of course, always going to be my big time go-to guy. Stringing together a solid drive, now trying to punch it into the end zone. And of course, I don't know what it is about these drags, but he gets open every time. Hands this one off to my RB1 and blocking up front is sensational. He walks in nearly untouched, shook a guy at his shoes to get into the end zone for the touchdown. Looking for Delp on the corner route. If not, we're going to take the deep shot, maybe take off with the ball if necessary, and I got pressure coming from the backside getting sacked. If Hump can get around and get upfield on this one, I will launch it all the way up the sideline, and I'm going to take that shot. It's a 50-50 ball, but I believe in my guy, and he holds on, makes the big catch. It's a fantastic feeling when you can lean on your guys like that. Now I'm dropping back. I got my boy. He beats his linebacker. He's just sitting there staring at a ghost, and we punch another one in for a touchdown. You go no high safety. That's calling for a deep shot. I'm banking on my receiver to make the play. He got to step on a really solid Bama DB, but we come through and make the big play. Got Hump and Delp going across the middle. You can never fail with that play action. I'm actually going to take off here to my strong side. Going to try to pick up this first down with my legs. I could almost fumble that ball right there. I have to be way more careful when it comes to protecting the football. They're sending a little bit of pressure, but the blocks up front are sensational. We're picking up another first down. My RB1 is going to sit home and block for me. Going to drop back and be patient. I got my go-to guy. You know, bro, them drag routes are key. They're money. We're going to hit on it every single time. Another TD on the board. Got my two go-to guys both taking off up the field, attacking this safety. I'm just going to sit back in the pocket, step up, take the shot, and believe in my guys to get open, which they do, making another huge play. You can call it stat pad, but I call it putting this game away. Gonna go with some play action, roll out to my right, of course. Easy dot to my dog, touchdown. We putting Bama away. After that win against Bama, we stringed together 2 more solid W's, one of those being against Charlotte. And in that game, throwing for 310, 3 tubs, 1 interception, nothing too crazy, but a solid day by my standard. The other dub coming against rival Georgia Tech. 278, 4 tubs, doing what I do best, just flat out balling. We balled out this season and met up again with Texas in the SEC championship game. And when I say them boys came to play, they absolutely dominated up front. I was running for my life trying to make anything I possibly could happen, but it felt like they were in my lap the entire game. When it was all said and done, the Texas Longhorns walk out of here kings of the SEC. And then they went on to lose to Jacksonville State, whilst Penn State took the national championship home. Disappointed with the way things went my first year starting, but now my junior season schedule's looking pretty much the same. SEC heavy, now it's time to really turn up. Just like we did last season, first game of the year against UCLA, tore them boys out the frame. We got to set the tone early, let everybody know across the country what type of time we on. Easily one of the best games of my career, throwing the ball all across the yard, just having my way. At this point, life is just good. Junior season kicked off right. We balling how we supposed to as a team. I'm good, healthy, family good, NIL booming. I'm taking care of everybody. I'm just the man right now. And going into this game against Western Kentucky, we tore it up, tore it down. At the crib too, you know we had to go crazy. Launching the ball upfield, big play after big play, connecting with my guys on a whole nother level. Even rushing for a few, getting into the end zone, letting everybody know across the country I'm the king. Then we go Louisville, night game, on the road. A team that's a lot better than most people thought they would be coming into the year. And they may be decent, but we're the best team in the country. That goes without saying, and we showed it. Just balled out, demolished them boys. I'm talking about backyard football all game long. For me to not be on the Heisman watch list is crazy. They got a receiver up here before me. I mean, right now I got us ranked number 2 in the country, right behind Clemson. And then my numbers over the course of these first 3 games are actually pretty outstanding. 802, 9 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Like, what more do you want from me? Not gonna stress it though, just gonna lock in. Got a big SEC opener against Mizzou this week, and we at the crib. And you better believe I'm coming into this one with something to prove. Black jerseys, you know what time it is with us. And at this point, I'm just tired of all the disrespect. At the last season, they've been talking crazy about your boy in the media. I mean, considering the fact that we fell short of all expectation last season, not winning the SEC championship and making it to the Natty for the 2nd year in a row, I still feel like a lot of people are sleeping on us. They knew we were going to be good, but they don't see us going all the way punching that ticket. But a message I'm trying to get across to my guys week in and week out, focus on us, lock in, play the best football that we possibly can, block out all the noise. After a good win over Mizzou, an early look at the SEC conference, we sit at 3rd after that opening week. We're ranked number 2 in the country, about to dive deep into conference play. We need to step up. We got LSU up next, our biggest test of the season so far. As you know, a few of my same weapons returned from last year, but a bunch of new faces, a lot of guys who can come out here and make plays, and there goes one of them, a big catch and run, first down, let's go. One thing I've been focusing on, especially throughout the offseason, is working on just predicting the right play. What receiver is going to be open based off the coverage? And another thing for me is getting active with my legs. I'm way too athletic not to go crazy and get some rushing touchdowns. Overall, just be more of a running threat, and we're doing exactly that early against LSU. Telling the home crowd to let me hear it after going crazy, picking up what, my 4th or 5th rushing touchdown of the season. I'm starting to lose count. I'm going so crazy. Defense does a fantastic job setting us right back up in the red zone. Handing this one out to my RB1. He's gonna walk in, get clapped, get flipped in the air, but a touchdown on the board. And I've been a lot more comfortable taking deep shots, like right here. You bring one safety down and you drop one high, you know what I'm doing, airing it out over the top, and I'm trusting my guy to make the play in coverage, and he bobbles it, doesn't make the catch. It's maybe a long throw, but if this left corner drop, I can throw it to my guy here. He does drop a quick ball to the outside, a catch, and he picks up a few yards, but we're short of the first. If this corner drops to my right, gonna deliver this down to my boy, and he has great blocking outside from an old lineman and a fellow receiver. He should have got on the outside, but he does still pick up the first down and some fighting his way forward. Changing up the protection up front. If I can, I'll take off and run, but it seems like they're sending so much pressure, I can't do anything but try my best to deliver a dime, and it's not gonna happen. Ended up getting this ball back, 19 seconds left and counting with 3 timeouts. Gonna look to take a shot here. Gotta hit my guy quick up the field. He goes up, picks up the first down. We gotta call a timeout. As much as I would like to be able to run the ball in a situation like this, we have to throw. We need a quick score, and I'm gonna hit my guy here, trying to get him out of bounds, pick up some yards. I know the DN is coming, but if this linebacker blitzes a quick swing out to my RB1 and he does not, trying to take off here, I have no space. Gotta throw this on the way with 2 seconds to spare. We need a deep shot here to get up the field and potentially get within field goal range, if not put some points on the board, and I'm launching this one into double coverage, hoping one of my guys come through, and it's picked off. Defense and standing tall is now for us time for the blow where we need to do something. We need to make something happen here. Defense been doing their thing. Offensively, we've been struggling. I need a block upfield right here. I'm trying to shake free. I pick up the first down, putting us within the 5. Looking for my tight end over here to my left. If he's not open, this play is completely dead. I got straight pressure off the edge to the back of the end zone, and he's out of bounds. A little rough around the edges after the first quarter, but we managed to get it done and defeat LSU in a conference game and remain undefeated. We got the win. That's what matters the most, but I underperformed in conference play against a tough opponent. And that's for my only touchdown on the day. I had 1 on the ground. Big dub in conference play. Then we roll on to absolutely spank Vandy, putting up 273 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, 1 ugly pick though. Then we follow up. We got the game of the week, Texas A&M, more conference play against one of the more competent opponents in the country, the number 2 ranked team right behind us. Kicking things off one of our tougher opponents, if not our toughest opponent of the season, bro. This is gonna be a game to remember, trying to get this ball off to one of my guys, picking up the first down. Great read by me, if I do say so myself. And the way it's looking, we may see these boys later on in the season in the conference conference championship of the sorts, but we got to look forward to now. We can't be too far into the future. We got to execute today. Looks like they're stacking things up front. Actually going to go with somewhat of a play action here. See if I can get this ball out to one of my boys on the perimeter, but I'm going to hand it off as a RPO, and we score. Beautiful read. I was going to keep it, but I'm glad I didn't. You got your safeties playing low, and you got press coverage on one of my dogs. You're crazy. Launching this one over the top. See if he can catch this in stride and take off up the field, but I put a little too much on it. Stadium is rocking so crazy. It's completely throwing off my mental, but I'm still going to try to make plays no matter what, and I got one of my dogs wide open, coming across the field, in stride, up the field with a block up front. He's going to get it to the end zone for a beautiful touchdown. Now it's time to take our quick and easy routes. We got just under 2 minutes left here in the first half. Just pick up what we can and make it happen, get up the field, chew this clock up, and also chew up the field. As much as I want to take the top off, I have to take whatever is underneath here. Really nice and quick. Got my RB1, going to sit down, pick up some yards, actually break a tackle. We have the lead, but don't want to put the ball back in their hands. I think I'm going to take off to my right here. I may have an opportunity to pick up the first with my legs, which I do. Going to try and slide here. I die picking up a first anyway. I'm also trying to develop habits of, if it's not there, just take off. But I do have an outside route from my RB1, getting upfield, picking up the first. Please get out of bounds, and he does. If we could somehow cap this drive off with a touchdown, that would be absolutely sensational. Did a fantastic job. They're picking up on everybody but me. We're going to walk in for a touchdown, dropping our shoulder, muscling our way in. It's been tough trying to make adjustments with the stadium posting so crazy, but I believe we can still get it done with the original game plan. And of course, one of my guys, tight end, is open, picking up a first, marching his way forward. Monster pickup. Only one thing left to do. We have the lead, run out the clock. We can remain the #1 team in the country and solidify ourselves to be the best and #1 team in the SEC. A huge win, blowing the doors off the hinges against Texas A&M. I put up an amazing game, probably my most complete of the year. And shout out to my RB1, Branson Robinson. He went absolute crazy, putting up 3 tutties on the ground. Overall, great team performance. We dominated in every fashion. About time they start putting some respect on my name. All I had to do was put up insane numbers and beat the #2 team in the country. More SEC play, another dominant win, 31-17 against Arkansas. A mediocre day by my standard, 221, 3 tubs, but another ugly pick on the season. I gotta work on that. For the second consecutive year that I've been the starter, we win the Florida-Georgia game. And as of now, within the top 10 teams in the country, only us and South Carolina remain undefeated, a conference foe that we face this week. And as far as conference play goes, once again, the only undefeated teams right now within the country and in the conference are us and South Carolina. Kicking things off against #5 South Carolina. I don't know how they're #5 and we're #1 and they're still undefeated. I guess their schedule is weak, but none of that matters. The only thing on our mind as a team is to walk out of Gamecock territory with a W. A huge play to get this one kicked off here in the first quarter as well. The looks I'm getting from this defense right now, they're very kind of heavy in the rush a bit, but I also see my guy flaring across the field, full speed, in stride. That's a touchdown. 7-0 lead to kick it off here in the first quarter. Coming out just mean guns blazing right now, and I'm just seeing so many openings, so many holes in this defense to expose, trying to go crazy. Look at my receiver getting busy. Approaching the red zone here with an opportunity to get back into the end zone. Gonna take off this huge hole up the middle. Gonna see if I can actually slide, dive for the first down. Coach has been getting on me about that, not slide, but man, I just feel the need to go out for extra yards, taking off up the middle again, but this time around we're gonna get down safely. My dog Rob had a huge week just a few games ago. Gonna see if he can punch this one in, getting wide with it, muscling his way forward, getting into the end zone, breaking the plane just barely, but a touchdown is a touchdown. And with sensational blocking and the ability to read the cutback lane, my RB1, bro, Rob is going absolutely crazy, putting another huge touchdown on the board, extending our lead. And I think it's pretty clear we're the best team in the country, especially coming out here punching South Carolina in the mouth at home the way we are right now. This is sensational. Offensively, I'm dialing it up to a T, and defensively, them boys are holding it down on that side of the ball. But now with more free real estate, they're scared of the pass rush, picking up more yards on my legs. Looking to potentially get into the end zone one more time before the half is up. This game will definitely be in the bag. I see my boy getting jammed, but he has a step on this DB, full stride, over the top. That's another huge touchdown, baby. Smoked him, blew him out the water, whatever you want to call, whatever term you want to use. We absolutely balled today. Extremely proud of my offense, defense, the entire team for stepping up and dominating against one of the toughest opponents we're going to face all year. Huge dub, beating the #5 team in the nation. Now unranked Oklahoma on the road. It's going to be difficult. New to the SEC, and they're performing pretty well, but we got to put these boys to bed today, and I got pressure on the offside. I got to throw this ball away. 7-4, so they aren't great, they aren't bad, but definitely one of the more underrated teams in the entire SEC. I got my boy up the field, almost missed him, wanted to take off myself, but a deep bomb up the numbers, and you know what time it is, baby. TD off the rip, and then you give me me a look with no high safety, look like you want to send the house or drop everybody back extremely late. That's exactly what I want, because I know I have the playmakers to make it happen, and that's exactly what's on display here. Another deep catch from Humph, looking to hand this ball off to Rob. Hopefully he can make something happen here on 2nd and 8. Great blocking up front, cuts it back, a huge hole, and he's taking off breaking tackles. I'm in the mood for a rushing touchdown. Feel like I haven't had one in a little while, or haven't had them as consistently as I would want. Great up top, and you know what we doing, walking it in untouched for the touchdown. Beautiful. I want to hear from this Oklahoma crowd, but the offense wouldn't have responded. We're down 3 points. We need to make something happen here some way, somehow. My receiver got completely botched on that route, causing me to throw this pick. That's all his fault. I wouldn't blame it on myself, I'm not gonna lie. Luckily that one wasn't costly. They didn't score. The defense is adjusting here. We're gonna make whatever we can happen on this play. Great blocks. I see my guy, he's taking off, good space, picking up the first down and some, throwing a few guys. Let's go. In my eyes, a crucial 3rd down. Gonna have to shift my offensive line a bit, because it looks like they're bringing pressure from this left side, which they do. I want to step up, take off if possible, breaking a tackle, breaking a few, trying to pick up this first, and I fumble. Luckily we got that back. 3rd quarter is about to come to an end. Going with a little play action here. Middle of the field is vacant. Got my boy in stride. He's picking up a first, huge chunk of yardage. Not gonna lie, I'm looking to air this out. Looks like they're only gonna rush 4 here. They actually rush 5, and I got my dog over the top. You know what time it is. Beautiful ball in stride, good feet. He's been my go-to guy. There's a reason why they got him on the Biletnikoff list. Got a tie ball game here as we enter the 4th quarter with an opportunity to march down the field, string together a really solid drive, and put more points on the board. Great blocking on the outside. If that gets picked up, which it does not, set my boy up for the failure, but he still muscles forward for the first. I mean, right here is just simple. Coming in motion, looking for my tight end right here to the left. Hopefully Lucky can get wide open. The DB played that perfectly. Gonna take the check down on my RB1. He's gonna monster forward, picking up nearly the first down. And there's nothing like having a bunch of playmakers all around, even in the backfield, where they can just take little to nothing and turn it into a major play. Like here, RPO, hand it off, picking up major yardage, just a monster carry. And at this point, name of the game, run that clock out, get downfield, put a touchdown on the board. Hopefully we don't have to settle for a field goal. I really want to put this game out of reach as much as possible. And I have yet to take off, because they've been sealing the edges like crazy. But here, that's exactly what I'm looking to do. If somebody's open, I'm going to throw it. But if not, like I do here with all this space with a linebacker in pursuit, I'm going to take off, try to cut it back, get upfield, got the first down. I'm actually going to take this into the end zone, hopefully, and we do. Touchdown. And one final kneel to put this 1-score dub, this victory in the books against one of the toughest teams we faced all season. Didn't think it would come from a 7-4 team, but in the end, it actually did. Actually had a pretty solid day. 8 for 12, 66% completion percentage, 2 touchdowns. Not too shabby, dog. And we actually rushed for 43 yards and 2 touchdowns. In the final game of the regular season, we wiped the floor with Georgia Tech. Threw for 312, 3 tubs, no picks, doing what I do best. Only got sacked twice. Shout out to my offensive line. Still at number 1, South Carolina number 7, a rematch, but this time around in the SEC championship. Opening things up, SEC championship against a South Carolina team we struggled with a bit earlier this season, but we ended up coming over victorious. A little RPO action after a nasty hold that pushed us back 10 yards. We're going to try to have to figure out to get some things going. Good blocking on the outside. Hopefully he completely whiffs, but of course my dog coming through, going crazy, making guys miss and breaking tackles. And that right there, that kind of playmaking ability, that's what's going to set us up to succeed in the end. But I got to go over the top here. Looks like they're sending the house at me. They actually back some guys up, and I see somebody I want. The safety's dropping back so deep, and of course in stride, but he's blown up. Read option in the red zone. I want to keep this on myself. I haven't scored a rushing touchdown in a bit, and we're going to get one here, and we punch one in off the rip. A huge drive, pin backing out on end zone. We put points on the board first. The blocks can hold up on this drive already near the 50-yard line. We can take this. As a matter of fact, we're well beyond the 50-yard line. I can launch this towards the end zone. I see my guy. He got that step, and I'm putting all my arm into this one. Bomb, touchdown. It's been a dominant day so far. Defense went to put some points on the board, scored another touchdown. South Carolina did manage to score, but we're not worried about that whatsoever. Looking to put this ball exactly where it needs to be, and I almost put it in harm's way. I guess the only thing to do is put the ball in the end zone with 10 seconds left. Don't want anything short. So Tug is going to run this deep post across the middle of the field, and I'm going to look for him. Drop back extremely deep, try to get this ball off in time, and I'm getting hit. But with a lead like this, we're just gonna play it safe, hand it off, going to the second half with a 2-score lead. We're dominating. We can go ahead and finish this game like this. It's a wrap. Third quarter is here, and they continue to send this pressure. Beautiful out route from our wide receiver 4 or 5 on the depth chart, which is crazy. And they say I don't step up in big time games and make plays, but what does this look like here? I'm continuing to throw absolute dots, and if Humph can get over across the middle of the field in a timely manner, I can launch this ball towards the end zone. That's what I'm looking for. The safety's there, but he's slipping up in coverage. And then I put this ball only where my guy can go and get it. That's another TD on the board. And the SEC championship, that's a wrap. 38-14 victory over the second best team in the SEC. We remain undefeated. We're going to continue on this road into the college football playoff. As we head into the playoffs, the race for the Heisman Trophy is over. I finished the season at 3rd. Taking a look at my numbers for the year, I feel like I balled out. Protected the ball pretty well overall. Just a solid year. As far as our rushing numbers, I'm 2nd on the team with 407 tutties. Yeah, I did my thing, and I only had 1 fumble. Not too bad. And you want to talk about spreading the ball to your playmakers? I had a guy go for nearly a band and 13 touchdowns, 600, 599, 596. Bro, I was spreading that rock. In the Orange Bowl, first round of the playoffs, we had a Charlotte team that had no business being there, but we only won by 10. They put up a good fight. But this game around, the Sugar Bowl against Oregon won't be nearly as sweet. We got to come to play. After completing a perfect season, dominating the team in the first round we had no business playing a complete team like Oregon, we went head to head like Rams. It was a scoreless game until the last 2 minutes of the 4th quarter. And when we finally started to get some momentum going, I ended up throwing a costly interception that was taken back for a pick 6. Afterwards, I really couldn't even believe it. I was in complete and utter shock that I had just made the biggest mistake of my life. And just 1 game away from punching my ticket to a national championship, the semifinals, we lose in the Sugar Bowl against Oregon. They ended up facing Notre Dame in the Natty for another defensive battle, a low scoring game, 12-6, and they reigned national champions. And with my junior season coming to an end, having 2 years under my belt where I've been dominant, putting up great numbers and been one of the best quarterbacks in the country, I have a huge decision to make. I said I wanted to come here and be the best quarterback to ever suit up as a Bulldog, and that's what I'm sticking to. I'm gonna do it. I have no choice. And although this is the most difficult schedule we've had over the last 2 seasons that I've been the starter, I'm up for the challenge. This senior season is mine. How would I describe myself on my last ride? A man on a mission. Not only having my mind and my heart set on a national championship, but just going in week after week, dominating. I mean, I'm out here balling like I always have since my sophomore season, but now it's being done with like a different level of execution. I've been in the weight room a lot more than years past, a lot stronger than I was before, and I'm just running through arm tackles, letting everybody know what time it is. We finished the year with a 13-2 record, 7-1 in the conference, one of those losses being the Florida in the SEC championship. But come playoff time, we showed up, showed out, and got 2 huge victories, one being in the Orange Bowl. And just like I thought and knew, this was the season where I punched my ticket. 2027 college football playoff, national championship. We got Penn State. First drive is not going in our favor. A 3rd and 22 look, now dropping back, got plenty of space here to make something happen up the field. The DB had his back turned and they're all over that. I had to make some adjustments to the guys up front because they're bringing so much pressure every play. And with us technically being on the road, bro, everything, it's just hostile territory. There's not much I can do. I have to sit back, be patient in the pocket, and get this ball off the best I can. Under center when I should be in the gun, but I'm gonna trust the play calling from my coach. But look at my star-studded receiver getting a step on this elite DB for Penn State, and he's gonna break a tackle after the catch, getting to the end zone. We put points on the board finally. And Tuga likes that look he has. He taps his helmet, lets me know he wants to go over the top, and if he has it, I'm gonna launch it. The DB's there, but I think he definitely has that step. As I get hit, it's in his hands, and once again, a huge play. And after big passes like that with the clock running 2 timeouts, we're gonna run the ball here, and look at our RB1. RB2, as a matter of fact, taking off. With Penn State holding a 3-point lead, getting a touchdown here is crucial. I'm gonna take the snap here in the gun, survey things out. I have plenty of time. I gotta throw this one right over the linebacker's head. A huge catch. He dropped it though. In a situation like this is where I need my playmakers to step up, not drop passes. Throwing this one pretty much off my back foot straight in the coverage is gonna be a pick, and that's gonna be a costly one. I like Tug over the top, bro, over anything and anybody, but it's not there. But I also have my tight end running wide open in the free space. 2nd and 23, they hit me with intentional ground, and I wasn't outside the tackle box, even though I thought I was. Now trying to survey the field out, make a play here. I see a deep shot that I can take, trying to throw my guy open, and I do. Makes the catch. He's into the end zone for a touchdown as well. And that's really all we needed, was another guy to step up other than my boy Tug. He's been balling all season, been my #1 guy, Biletnikoff finalist, and now Dimitri steps up and does his thing. With a 4-point lead, 3rd quarter, we're about midway through. We have to stay strong and continue to move this ball. We can't get stagnant now. I got some speed coming across the field, trying to overthrow this linebacker. I do, gets right over his head, big play. We've been rotating backs all season due to the struggles of moving the ball on the ground, but we're going to continue to try to push that needle here in the national championship. Breaks the tackle, picks up some good yards. And it's been a heavy passing season for me. Taking off in the running game has not been my thing, but with all this space right here, I have no choice but to take off and dive my way into the end zone, getting tackled. As a matter of fact, that's a big time touchdown from the best QB in the country. Back in the red zone, just over a minute and a half left, and we have a 2-score lead. Putting any kind of points on the board will pretty much seal this game for us. They're expecting us to run, so a little play action here is definitely going to be very fooling, very deceitful for us. And look, wide open, got guys wide open. You want to stack the box, we going to take advantage of that every time. We ain't got no class, just BTA. Now all there's left to do is kneel this out and walk out of here victorious. A national championship for your boy has been obtained. Not only did I accomplish a goal I set out before I even came here to Georgia, we did it in blowout fashion. Words can't explain how I feel right now. As for the 5 goals that I set out at the beginning of my college career, as for that national championship, check that off the list. When it comes to the Heisman Trophy though, we couldn't quite get it, came in second in the voting this season. We failed that ultimately. For the most passing yards in a career for a Georgia Bulldog quarterback, we finished second just behind Aaron Murray. We beat out Stetson Bennett for the best completion percentage in a career with a minimum of 300 attempts with 66% compared to his 65. And I just edged out Aaron Murray for the most passing touchdowns in a career, his 121 compared to my 126. Finished things out with nearly 1,000 rushing yards, 13 rushing TDs, only 2 fumbles. That's pretty damn good for a quarterback if you ask me. I know for an absolute fact I'm getting drafted within the first round, maybe even #1 overall. But if you want to keep up with my NFL career, make sure you drop a like down below in this video and leave a comment.